Hi, I'm Daphne from Daps Makeup, here to give you the quick tea on luxury makeup. And today we are talking about the brand Hermes. Yes. So, obviously I'm a luxury makeup channel. So, I talk about a lot of Chanel. I have a big Chanel collection. I have a big Dior collection, Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath, Tom Ford. So you see a lot of videos on those brands because I have a decent sized collection when it comes to those brands. I will admit, when it comes to Hermes, I have a collection of 30. And with two of them being these newest products. And if you're wondering which eyeshadow quad in particular I'm talking about, if you can tell, green is my favorite color. Now, I will also let you know, because I know you're assuming that that's what's on my eyes. It is not. I know I normally come wearing the eyeshadow on my eyes during my intro and outro videos. Not today. I had to switch it up today. Test a new palette just came into my collection. I know this channel is all about luxury, and we'll keep it luxury for the most part, but I actually do love indie makeup, indie eyeshadow. I should be even more specific in particular. So I actually do get PR from an indie brand called Ladybug Glow. They just came out with a holiday palette that is actually coming out November 10th. And I'm just using this for the first time. So I use the top 3 shadows and this one in the middle. So that is what's on my eyes. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should be, Daps_makeup, then you should already know I post swatches and looks there. I have a discount code, Daps10. Not that you have to use it, but I do have an affiliate code. It's in the description box. So that is what's on my eyes. But don't worry. I'm gonna have demos and show you looks. I did like 3 looks with this Hermes palette. So trust me, I think because I was wearing this 3 days straight, I think I needed a break because I was actually using it that much. So that kind of gives you a hint of what I'm thinking about this palette, but I'll let you know. Before we get to the eyeshadow palette, I'm actually going to just start with the lipstick real quick because I'm not going to have dedicated demos. So let me quickly tell you about the lipstick. So this is actually also not my first lipstick, by the way. The first product I ever bought from Hermes was actually this limited edition lipstick, which I probably shouldn't even show you. It came out a couple years ago. It's limited edition, so it doesn't exist. But I'll just tell you, how beautiful Hermes lipsticks can be. You always have this kind of color blocking scheme, but different colors. Beautiful detailing at the end. It is weighty. It has a magnetic closure. This particular shade, I know it's limited edition, but I can't help to show off my collection. I can't help it. Is called Rose Tamisé. This is such a unique shade, at least for my collection. And so that's why it holds a special place in my heart. If I'm going to spend the amount of money that these cost, obviously I wasn't going to just pick a shade that I own a million times over. So you can probably tell, this is, a mauve-y, purpley mauve lipstick. And so you can probably tell that I have a thing for purple tone makeup, whether it be lipstick, blush, eyeshadow. So same thing happened when it came to picking my second lipstick from them. And this shade is Brillant Prunoir. And so this is another limited edition. I have a thing for their limited edition shades, clearly, but still available. So, if you so you could still get this now, but hurry up because when they do go away, they truly do go away. Now, this is a different formula from the first one I just showed you. This was a matte. This one, I think they describe it as shiny lipstick or something like that. So I'll do a swatch here on my hand as well, so you can just kind of tell the difference. So clearly not matte. So it does have, a glossy finish to it. It is very moisturizing. It gives beautiful shine to lips. Now it's not going to be as pigmented as their matte, so your natural lip, tone can shine through. So different formula. So, question of, they have mattes and they have satins. But I love this one. The color, for especially on my skin tone, I think this is a great color on my skin tone. I love the feel of this lipstick. You know, I think this is kind of what I wanted maybe, or was I was expecting, not to even, you know, bring out Givenchy, but I had gotten one of their lip balms, and we will talk about this at the end of the year when we do, when I go over all my luxury lipsticks. Probably what I was expecting this to be. Not that I hate it. We'll have a discussion about it, but this, I love this because this is truly gives that plummy, purpy lip vibe. So love it. I can tell you right now, I love it. So now let's talk about eyeshadow. Okay, so let's talk about the eyeshadow. I put it back in the box just so we can, I'll relive the unboxing experience so that you would know, like, if you do get it, what it's gonna be like. You know, I got the shade number 2, Ombres Vegetales. So you'll have the block like a box like this, white carton box with this orange sliver in the center. You know, orange is their signature color. So when you pull it out, you get a beautiful orange Hermes box. And then you slide this through. And so the eyeshadow will come in. Ignore my nails, I'm sorry. Haven't done my nails, just being upfront. But it'll come in this pouch right here. So you pull it out of the pouch and then you will open up the quad. There'll be a plastic covering at the top that you can get rid of. And this is the quad, and it's beautiful. Interesting, you know, configuration where we have 2 squares and 2 circles. I think it's probably put off some people, but then other people might find it actually unique and different. We're so used to being all circles or all squares, so it's kind of nice that they kind of switched it up. And I think the general sense for all the quads is a concept of having like 3 neutrals and then 1 pop of color. So there's several different colorways. I have an affinity clearly for green. And I love grays, green, grays. I love those color stories. I love cool tones. So this was the one in particular that drew me. But yeah, you'll get kind of like 3 neutrals and then the pop of color. So, you know, in terms of the packaging, you know, I know one complaint, I don't own any other Hermes products, but, you know, some of the complaints I've heard before in reference to their blushes or maybe the bronzers or maybe, you know, does it feel weighty enough? You know, there's an expectation when it comes to packaging for luxury products. I'll say this, it's not the heaviest packaging, you know, it's not like Westman Atelier. Like if you have any of those products, those are weighty. It's not that weighty, but I don't think but it doesn't feel like completely flimsy. Because it does have the magnetic closure, there is still a little bit of weight because of the magnet. You know, yeah, is it like a plastic? But I feel like it's a good plastic, if that makes any type of sense. I think it's beautiful. You know, the gold and white is very chic. The emblem, the detailing there is beautiful. So at least for this, I don't have I don't own their other products, so I can't comment on their other products. But I'm not bothered by this. I think it has a decent sized mirror to it. And I think this is great for travel, because like you're going to see in one of my demos, I was actually rushing to my child's flag football game, and I didn't have time to finish my eye look. So I actually took this along with me with a couple of Chanel travel brushes and did my eyeshadow on the football field. Yes, I did. Well, they had to practice first before the game started. So during the practice time, I was doing my eye makeup. So the third look that you'll see soon in the demo, I did that on the field. And with that, talking about brushes, not only did I use the some Chanel brushes, but it does come with the brush. And you know, if you're going, where's the brush? And I know for most people, they're like, where's the brush? Where's the brush? Because it's not obvious. Admittedly, I did see some reviews before my package arrived, so I already knew the heads up of where it is. And what's unique is it's in the pouch. Now, this might be hard to see, but in the corner of the pouch, you'll see this orange little loop, and it is containing the brush. And so it does come with a little brush, and it has a classic Hermes blocking color scheme. And so you have a decent brush. You know, obviously, you know, these little mini brushes that come with palettes are never going to replace like a true full-size Sonia G, you know, brush. That's not the expectation. But, you know, typically when we think of brushes that come with eyeshadow palettes, usually that cheap sponge tip brush that you'll never use. This is different. This actually, you know, I know it's synthetic and everything, but it's soft and it feels like a true mini brush. One other brand that does things like this is Suku. So those are ones where you could actually use the brush. So I actually did. So when I was doing my look, the one you'll see in the demo, I did my lower lash line using this. I forget if I even might have used it, but you know, this is perfect for lower lash line. I use the Chanel brushes for the rest of the look, but it actually comes with a decent, and hopefully you can see, you know, it says Hermes on it. So I think it's cute, you know, for brush. Okay, you know, for a brush, it's better than the average brush that you normally get with palettes. So given the price, I think they gave us a decent brush, and it's kind of unique that they snuck it in the pouch. It was great for me when I traveled. Like I said, I had this in my purse. So I had this in my purse and the brush was in there. It wasn't hard to take it with me. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'll do some quick swatches so you can see these, see the shades. Then I'm gonna show you demo of me doing a couple looks, and even post the third look that I did. The one I did in the field, obviously I was in a rush, wasn't at home, so there's no demo for that, but at least I could still show you the look with that. And then we'll come back together. I'll really give you my opinion of this eyeshadow quad, and just talk in general about, like, you know, do I feel even the lipstick, is it worth the price? Is it worth the cost? Because these are not cheap. So let's swatch and demo. Okay, so let me actually just start with the shimmer first. So here is the shimmer. So that is a nice shimmer. And then the mattes I truly love. So we'll start with the lighter gray toned matte. And they're gray, but they do have like a green undertone. So they do work well with the tealish green matte. So it's gray, but you can see there is a little bit of a green undertone to it. And then of course the pop of color. So these are the 4 shades. And as you can see, these are pretty good swatches, you know, in terms of pigmentation, especially if we're talking about a luxury brand. That's not bad. So let's do a demo. Let me show you some looks. And actually, when we come back, you know, I was just thinking about a Chanel palette that might be good to just do some comparisons to see if there's dupes in terms of those shades. And I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, so I am using the Hermes palette for the first time. And here is the quad. I'm gonna first start with this lighter matte shade, using a Wayne Goss brush. And here we go. It is like a cool tone gray. So far, blending nicely, no issues. I try to turn down the ring light just a little bit so that hopefully it doesn't wash things out too much. I'm going into the deeper matte. Ooh, that's pretty. I like the depth it provides, and it does, it's not just a gray, it does have a green undertone to it. So this is really pretty. I'm also gonna go in the outer V with this shade. Oh my God, I really love this particular shade. Okay, going into the shimmer now. Pretty, and I'm not having any fallout. And for today's look, the pop of color, I'm gonna use it on my lower lash line. Oh yes, it is pigmented. So no concerns there. I've gone and just kind of extended the green into the outer V, blending it into the gray mattes. So I'm just doing all over the lower lash line and kind of outer V. Just putting a little bit more of the shimmer on the inner corner. So I used it on the lid, but just with another smaller, denser brush, it brought more emphasis on the inner corner. So you can have the shimmer be a lighter wash over the lid, or you can have it be a more concentrated sparkle. So I like how I use the same shimmer, and I could be more subtle here, but I could also be much more, as we used to say back in the day, bling bling. I know I'm aging myself, in the inner corner. To further emphasize the green lower lash line, I'm going to use my Victoria Beckham Surfside liner. That just glides so smoothly, and I think matches well with the eyeshadow. I'm also going to use my Pat McGrath green mascara, the new one that she came out with. I like to do this just to further accentuate the green mascara. This is kind of, I guess, a signature look that I like to do sometimes, doing a neutral, using neutrals on the lid, but then having the pop of color on the lower lash line with eyeshadow, mascara, and liner. I talked about being neutral at the top, but I thought still for fun, I'd use this Dior liquid eyeliner on the lid to, once again, bring on the green. Thought this would be a fun color to work with. Trying to do this on camera is not necessarily the easiest, but I think I'm pulling it off. I'm gonna do the other eye, and I'll put some black mascara, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I went ahead and added mascara. I've been using the Valentino mascara, which I've been loving. On the cheeks, I got the Snake Coral Blush and highlighter on. I have Victoria Beckham bronzer. For the lips, with my Hermes purchase, I got some lipstick samples, so I figure we'll try one of these. Maybe I'll try this one, probably put a brown liner and then try this one on the lips. So let's try an Hermes lipstick to go with the eyeshadow. Okay, I got NYX Hot Cocoa lip liner, and so I'm gonna go into this Hermes lipstick. It's called Rose Épice, basically rose spice. Let's see. I figure with the coral blush, a coral lipstick might look pretty. I think corals and greens go well together, so. Trying to, you know, they give you this tiny little brush, which is cute, but you can only do so much at a time. I do think this color is pretty. So I think this does work with the look. All right, I've stepped back. So here is the final look. Hermes on the eyes and the lips. I'm loving this look. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit more in detail, but this is the final look. All right, I've already started using the lighter gray matte on the inner half, inner third. I'll also kind of get it more into the crease. I'm gonna do more of an all matte look. I wanna concentrate on the grays and then have the pop of green in the inner corner this time. Okay, going into the darker matte. Oh, I love this shade so much. So doing this one in the outer third. And that's the thing, like, you can get away, Like, you could get away with just these two mattes and call it a day. You know, I always can't help myself and always want to use all the mattes, but I always appreciate the people who will get a quint or quad and they will just use 1 or 2 shades and be like, that's it. And have the restraint to not feel like they have to use everything. You know, that you can actually just appreciate 1 or 2 shades and don't have to feel like everything has to be used. I'm telling you, like, this is just a look by itself. The 2 matte. I mean, I'm debating, you know, I was gonna do the pop of green in the inner corner for some fun, or I could keep it more subtle and just use a little shimmer in the inner corner. I could just leave it alone, of course. Oh my goodness. Let me put some liner and think about it. I have a Victoria Beckham eyeliner ash, so just to continue with the gray theme to this look. And then I'll probably put some more shadow as well. Just smoking out. Because you know I love a smoky eye look. I have my Chanel mascara in Blue Night. One of my absolute favorite mascaras. It's such a unique shade. So I think it just further enhances the eye look. I'm just gonna do the bottom, but actually I think I will use it on the top as well. Okay, I'm gonna go with the shimmer on the inner corner. And normally I use a dense pencil brush like this, but I'm actually want it to be a little bit softer. I'm not like, I want some shine, but not too much shine. Like, I don't want to throw off, just distract from the beautiful mattes. I actually want to truly appreciate the matte. So I'm actually purposely not, I could go in ham with the shimmer in the inner corner, but I just want to just kind of slightly brighten and open up the inner corner of my eyes, but I want the focus actually to still be on the matte and not on the shimmer. So if it's not blaringly sparkly, I'm actually doing that on purpose. This actually, you can make it much more sparkly. And I actually appreciate the fact that I can have a light sparkle if I want, or I can really go all the way in on the sparkle. Okay, back with the Chanel mascara in Blue Night. Figure I don't normally do mascara on camera, but I figure I would do it for you guys, because if you're curious about just this formula in general, you know, with the new gift sets and everything, because it's the Day Volume formula, but this shade is not black. And just know I probably need to replace this as well. I've had this for probably too long. All right, back guys, I just went and touched up my complexion and just added more mascara on my upper lash line. Let me turn off the lighting for a second just so you can fully see this, appreciate it in natural lighting. So I hope you can appreciate, I think you can appreciate the mattes even better this way, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I just think this is beautiful. I'm actually proud that I restrained myself and didn't incorporate the green. I'm gonna turn back on the light for a second. Since we're doing an Hermes video, I figure this would be a good time to show off the lipstick. I'm not sure if this is gonna be a good color for this eye look. So at the end of the day, I might end up taking this off, but just for camera's sake, I will show you this lipstick. Packaging is impeccable. It does have a magnetic closure. All right, and you're gonna see it is plummy tone, but it's also sheer. So just so you know, this is not a super pigmented matte lipstick. This is a sheer, I don't even know if I would even say satin. I feel like it's almost like a tinted lip balm. Somewhere tinted lip balm and a satin. It feels fantastic. It's moisturizing and glides down beautifully. So there you go. It is a gorgeous color. It might be too conflicting with the eye look, but just on its own, how gorgeous is this? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Like I said, with this look, I'm not sure. This, I think they're kind of conflicting, so I'll probably end this look with a neutral brown lipstick. But I just wanted to take this opportunity to show it to you. And let me also show you in natural lighting. So there we go. Hermes on the eyes and on the lips.
This last look I did actually on my kids' football field. It's a quick, simple, all matte look, especially using the green mattes. I think it's simple, but beautiful.
Okay, so I hope you appreciated those demos and those looks. So before I give you my final thoughts on the palette, I did want to compare it to a Chanel palette because swatching these, particularly these two shades in the middle, made me think of the first Chanel palette that I ever bought that is truly beloved in my heart, because I love a smoky look. I love blues. I love greens. It's the palette called Blurry Blue. Chanel had this whole blurry, series, blurry green, blurry mauve. I think I got pretty much all of them. But this is like definitely one of my favorites. So I just want to swatch it just because, if you are somebody who has this quad, as you can see, these tones here are quite similar to these tones here. So I just wanted to compare. So especially if you have those and try to decide, is it worth getting this or not? So I'm going to swatch all four and we'll see if any of them compare to the new Hermes palette. So I'm starting over here. Okay, so much grayer and lighter compared to that. Now we're going to go into this one. This will be interesting. Okay, I'm just going to swatch and then make all opinions afterwards. This one is a light one. Okay, and then this last one I'm really curious to swatch and compare to and see how this compares. Okay. Yeah, so obviously it's called Blurry Blue. So it's gray blue versus this is more gray green. But I don't know, especially like this one kind of gives me the vibes of these, but yeah, they're not exact dupes. So then I don't have to feel bad that I own both. But it makes me think like, how would some of them work well they might actually work well together to do a look mixing them both. But yeah, this is kind of almost like a sister or cousin, you got a blurry, gray blue, and then you have gray green. And I just wanted to swatch, I was just curious if those were comparable. So let's get to my final thoughts. Okay, so let me give you my final thoughts on these products. So let's start with the lipstick. I've had this for about a month now. So I think you can appreciate that, it's been well loved. I'm getting close. I'm inching my way to the Hermes, inscription on this lipstick bullet. So eventually, the name is going to be gone. So clearly I've been enjoying it. And I think you can tell, I think you can appreciate it. I think it looks beautiful on me. I love how it feels. I love how it looks. I love this particular shade. Like I said, it's very moisturizing and comfortable. And, obviously when it's luxury, we love packaging. And this packaging is everything. I love this. We have the classic color blocking from Hermes. I love that this one has more of an ombre effect. So that's not just as block. I had shown you like this one, which I love too, but like clear block. Where here you're seeing a gradient between the colors. I love purple, teal. So the, color wise goes, this is so me. Like I said, the detailing at the end of this, this is weighty. It's magnetic. So this feels luxe in every sense of the term. So, because this is $78. Like, this is not cheap. Even for luxury lipsticks, a lot of luxury lipsticks might be $40, maybe even $60. But 78 is, higher than even most luxury lipsticks. So what I will say is this, though, and I have to admit, and this goes for both products, I had a Bloomingdale's rewards, points, money, whatever. And so I was able to get both products for half off. So you also have to recognize when I went into this, I did it buying it knowing that I wasn't paying full price. So obviously it's even easier for me to say, yes, get it. I love it, because I didn't even pay full price. Especially, at half off, I'm like, yes. So obviously you got to consult your finances and how you, what your makeup budget is, because we all have different makeup budgets. We all have different priorities because, hey, we want to travel, we have some of us have children, or whatever. So you might not think $78 is worth it. What I will say is, just in terms of specifically packaging, yes, A+. And I actually love the lipstick, so I love it. Like I said, luckily I was in a position that I could get this like half off, so it made it even more worth it. So it's up to you to decide, it's worth spending $78. But can I tell you, was I disappointed in any way with this lipstick? Not at all. I'm in love with this. I'm constantly using this. This will be a lipstick that I will, I can imagine that I will eventually finish. And then it'll be sad because it's limited edition and I won't be able to get it again. But I love it. Sorry, I do. All right. And the eyeshadow palette. This one's also very pricey. $108. Yes, $108. I know, for 4 shadows. Once again, most luxury brands, for 4 shadows, it might be 40, might be 60. Even Tom Ford is like 90. And they're small. These are not big pan sizes. Not that I ever finish any eyeshadow palette that I own. But I recognize it's a lot of money for 4 shadows and you only get so much product. In my opinion, packaging wise, I just think this is just cute. I like it. I understand it's not the weightiest one, but if I compare to like Chanel, they're even equal. Maybe, I don't know if this might be even heavier, but it's definitely not lighter than Chanel. So compared to something like that, it doesn't feel flimsy, not too flimsy. And I like the design. I think it's chic. So for me, I actually like the packaging. Okay. I know it's not Westman and Tillier heavy, but it's comparable to like a Chanel quad in terms of like feel, heaviness, that kind of thing. It might be even slightly heavier than the Chanel. But of course the price is a lot different. And once again, I personally, I basically got this like for half off with, my rewards. So it was easier for me to take the plunge and spend that. With that being said, if we're just talking about, do I like the formula? I actually really love it. I do. These, especially the mattes, they worked so well. I'm usually not even a big matte girl. I love my shimmers and everything, but I was totally cool with just doing an all matte look. And you can use all 4, you can just use 2, you could do a one and done if you wanted, and it would all work. And even the shimmers, I love the matte. What was even great about the shimmer, like with the first look, I took a brush, a flat shader brush, and I put it across my lid, and it was a nice like subtle shimmer across the lid. But then I took my normal denser inner corner brush that I usually use, a smaller but denser, and then I put it in the inner corner, and the shine was just so much more intense, and it looked almost like 2 different shimmers. So even though this comes with only one, it felt like with that look, like I had used 2 different shimmers. So that was actually nice as well, that I felt like even with the one shimmer, there actually was a little bit of complexity that I could make a more sheered shimmer look, or I could have an intense sheer look. You know, for luxury goes, you know, usually when we think of luxury brands, we think of very subtle eyeshadow looks. These are very pigmented for a luxury brand, which, you know, might turn off some luxury makeup owners, because maybe that's what you want. And that's okay too, because even if you're not a big colorful person, focus on these over here and the shimmer, and you don't have to use a shade at all, or just use it very liberally. And then if you're somebody who loves color, go all in on this. Yes, like, so you have that ability. You can do a very soft look, but you can also do a bold look. So it's crazy because, you know, a lot of times when you get a quad that, you know, an eyeshadow that only has 4 or 5 shades, you know, sometimes it's kind of like it's a one-trick pony. You can only do so much. For some reason, like, I felt like I could still do multiple looks, and I did 3 looks, and I could also even thought of another look that I could do. You know, do I want to put the green on the inner corner and gray all outside? Do green all over? Like, I don't know. For this one, I was still able to think of multiple looks, and I kept wanting to use it. Like, I had to like say, okay, stop, do something else. So they blend nice. They're pigmented. I love it. I have to admit it. I want to hate on it because it's so friggin' expensive that I want to say don't get it, but it's good. I'm sorry, it is. Now, like I said, $108 is a lot to pay for a quad, so I'm not telling anybody to spend that much. Like I said, can you get those shades? Can you make similar looks with other eyeshadows? I know you can, but sometimes you can't get it in that colorway or the exact coloring. I just loved it. I'm going to tell you right now, I love it. I have 0 regrets getting it. Now, would I bought it if I couldn't get it 50% off? I don't know. Like, I think, you know, if I never had the discount, I wouldn't have even paid for it in the first place. If I'm honest with myself, I wouldn't have bought it at the cost. Now that I bought it, because I was able to get it at a price that I was more comfortable with, see, now I'm getting kind of hooked. And now the real question is, will I buy another one full price? I'm going to try to look for a sale. Now, you know, Hermes themselves are never going to go on sale. The big department stores, the, you know, Bloomingdale's, Saks, Nordstrom, Macy's. If you're lucky, you can get 15 to 20% off, and that's probably the most I can get. So I'd have to wait for a sale that I can get 15 to 20% off, and or when I build enough rewards points again that I can get an even bigger discount. So I probably will do that, but I love it enough that I would consider actually getting another one. Yeah. So if you're hoping for me to say it's too much, don't get it. I mean, it's too much, but I can't say don't get it, if that makes sense. All right. So the price is crazy, but the formula is spectacular. So try to get it on sale, save up your points, do what you got to do. But I would say, you know, if you see a color story that you like, something especially that is hopefully something more unique to your collection, then I say go for it. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're not already, please follow me on Instagram, Daps_makeup. By the way, guys, I did announce my giveaway winner today. Today's November 1st. I announced it on Instagram because that person gave me their Instagram handle. So if you already follow me on Instagram, you already know about that, especially if you follow me on my stories. I announced it there. The person knows, and they were okay with it. So I'm so happy that I was able to give one of my subscribers the giveaway gift. I'm so thankful. You know, it was for reaching 250, and since then I got to 275. So I know I'm super slow growing, but I actually appreciate every single one of you for taking the time to watch my little channel and following along with me, because as I always say, as you know, new makeup comes into my collection, I will share it with you and let you know what I think of it. So until the next time, bye.